Hello everyone, today I'm going to showcase a really OP build that I've been working on. The whole idea in the beginning was just to go as much regen as possible, which I did Vampire Ring, I did the the Covetous Viper Ring, and then I went, um, I went Berserker for the passive regen, and I went Vampire for the bleed regen. So I was just basically doing that in the beginning. But now I've changed it a little bit. I've taken off, oh, and the Elder Ring as well, because that also gives regen, even though it's like completely garbage regen, like 0.2 regen extra. Um, Anyways, I took off the Elder Ring, I took off the Vampiric Ring. Actually, if you're not farming, then keep the Vampiric Ring on. The only reason I have it off is because I have Milas Ring on. Um, so yeah, that would make the build better. Although I don't really use my M too much. If I do, it would heal me. So anyways, this build is supposed to be able to regen like crazy, do a good amount of damage, and be extremely tanky. It's like jack of all trades. This build is really good. I was able to. This build's nowhere near done without being completely finished or anything like that. I was able to almost kill the Dire Bear. The only reason I wasn't able to is because I wasn't able to use the regeneration move. This is the only bad thing about this kit, and it's not really the build's fault, it's more the game's fault. So whenever I use this ability, Blood Surge, I can use it on this build. You can't use it with Dagger, I'll show you right now. So let's say I want to use it, I can't. It basically heals you a crap ton. And if I could use this ability, I could literally win any fight. Like any boss, I could just solo any of them. It's just ridiculous. But anyways, the reason why I can't do this and why it's the game's fault is because whenever I switch between my weapons to be able to use this, right? Oh, let me switch to this so I can use my, blood surge, right? Which I can't because I don't have mode bar or whatever. I can't do it. Whenever I switch back, I lose my offhand. And it's not that big a deal if you are fine with just using one weapon, then whatever. But it's just really annoying, so I just prefer to take it off and leave it off. Although it's such a good move, I wish I could keep it on, but the game's kind of dumb. So the reason I have Void Frost Dagger is basically because it's a better dagger. It has good damage. It makes up for the Serpent Dagger that has like crappy damage. And it also gives a passive, which makes it so they passive hits will proc 1% stack and max stack to 10% weakness, reducing the damage of your opponent. So it weakens the opponent, so you take less damage, right? So you're becoming more tanky, on top of the fact that you're regenning like crazy. That's why I got the Shield God's Ring as well, because every time I use Enrage, which I'm gonna be, which I haven't perfected yet, but on this build. But anyways, Enrage will be the main thing on this build, making it like super overpowered. So this is mainly Berserker thing, but if you get a Rune Golem, a Whale, and a Iskale Ring, you'll be able to spam Enrage. And right now, I can't use the buffs, like 13% buff duration and 13% buff duration on these boots. It doesn't affect Enrage at all, so I don't understand what's going on there. But anyways, if that was working and I had the runes for reducing cooldown, I'd be able to spam Enrage, always have that on. The Shield God Ring would be making me take a lot less damage, and since, I'm in hyper armor, I can easily continue just M1ing the thing to make it do less damage to me. And then at the same time, I'm proccing poison, which is then healing me on every hit by a ton. Then I got my battle aura over here that I can just proc, and it gives me 10% damage reduction on top of passive healing as well. On top of that, if I get a Shark Rune, which I still don't have, all my M1s will be, or some of my M1s will be causing bleed, which will be making my Vampiric heal me. My Vampiric ability passive will be healing me. It doesn't heal me that much, but it's better than nothing. Right now I'm using the Sanguine Burst, the vampire ability, to give my bleed damage, but it's not that good, so I'm not really using it too often. So it would be much better to just have on my dagger with the Shark Rune. And then, right now, I think I'm gonna get like the dragon armor. This is just what I'm rocking for now. Also, this is just I'm assuming the other cape for the event is better. Like I said, like this build is like so not finished, but I just want to get a video out showcasing how broken this build's gonna be. Like it's gonna be unkillable. And then I have the Yeti ring because of course I'm gonna be like just sitting there taking hits in hyper armor. I'm gonna be doing a ton more damage because of that. And I'll show you this as well. This is everything. Actually, I think I already showed you it, but that's what I have in my inventory. Luckily, they added Assault to Dagger, so that's a cool add-on. Thought of any other things just yet, but that's pretty much it. The fairy could be changed for, I don't know, maybe something. I don't think there's any fairy that would benefit this, but look at this. Look at the heals. Look at those heals. He's not bleeding either right now. If I procced to bleed, I would have been healing even more. Not to mention, the damage I would have taken from that guy would have been, like, minimal if I was in rage. So, I'm gonna also showcase it in just a second. Alright, I'm gonna go fight a boss and showcase how this build works. Alright, so I see the Treant just spawned in, so I'm probably gonna do that. And I wanted to really quickly explain this. Started off with dagger and then went warrior later. So I got 20 dagger and then 30 warrior. There's a couple reasons, I believe. This isn't the only one, but the only one that I can think of as to why I went dagger first is because of momentum builder, which makes me do a lot more damage. Like, I wanted this build to be super tanky, but I also wanted it to have the ability to deal damage. So that's why I did that. So if you want to be extra tanky, you could just start off as warrior, but I wouldn't recommend it because you're already super tanky. But yeah, I think there might be another reason, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. Just, if you want my build, go the way I did it. That's all I'm saying. Alright, here we are at Treant. Fortunately, there's someone else here, but that won't matter too much. I'm not a guy that likes to parry that often, so you'll see that this build makes up for that. And I'm gonna pop everything right now. Try to get backstab damage. Try to bleed him out. Get some more bleed heals. And see, I haven't even like parried or anything or blocked once. I didn't really want to make a video on this because of how broken it is. They already nerfed it kind of for PvP because they nerfed the battle aura. So it does like half in PvP. And if you had the runes, you could be spamming Enrage right now, but I'm not able to spam it because I don't have any runes on yet. Another really good thing about this build is if you have the Purity rune on, like, you will never get any status effects on you, because you'll constantly be healing it off. So if you get like frostbite or anything, you'll just instantly heal that off. Look at that, he's dead. I'm just M1 spamming. And a golden fairy, awesome. Finally got my friend a golden fairy. That took me forever. For no reason. Awesome. Alright, so I'm also going to showcase this in the beast camp as well. Also, one thing to note is the more things that you fight, the more strong this build gets. So, for example, you know how Sabertooths are like really, like they do a ton of damage, and they're tanky. But if I fight a Sabertooth and it spawns in its 2 little pups or whatever, like that makes me basically immortal. Like I fully heal so quickly. It's insane. I won't show you that right now because that's like super far away, but yeah, you can kind of get the idea from me just killing the Treant. And just imagine, the more people you hit, the more people you get heals from. And the reason why the Covetous Dagger is really, or Covetous Ring is so good with the Poisonous Serpent Dagger is because you actually get heals without them actually being fully poisoned, which is something they could do to nerf this, is to make it so you don't get heals until they are actually poisoned. Because it heals you if they're just a little bit poisoned and not actually in the middle of being poisoned. If you understand what I mean by that. It's a little bit confusing, but... Here's this build. I'm not even using my protection battle aura, which heals me even more. And gives me more defense. Let's get everything on me. Why not? Wait for this thing to pop. And just one spam. Yeah, that's that. Actually, one more place I could showcase this is in here, I guess. Might as well show you here as well. I don't know which one to do. I'll do this guy first. Yeah, this is the place where like most people test out their builds anyways. So yeah, you saw that. That was ridiculous. Now I'm gonna try the other guy. I haven't done either of these bosses yet, so I'm kind of worried. Or at least I was, after that guy just got destroyed, I don't know. I could use my pet, but... Actually, you know what? Let myself take some damage. Showcase the heals, I guess, right? Alright, I'm gonna use the enrage on the second half. Damages you, and I'm almost healing it off. If I had the protective battle aura ups, or if I had the ability to spam enrage, or maybe even I don't know, other things. It's whatever. That's this build. Not even close to done. No runes on anything. Literally not even a finished build, like I said. This build hopefully, I mean, it's gonna get nerfed, but hopefully it doesn't, because I'm really enjoying it, and I don't know. I don't know. Just not having to parry everything is just awesome. I can just hold my M1s down, not parry, not block once. Just like play the game, be brain dead. Of course, it's probably gonna get nerfed for PvP, that's fair, but you know. That's that. Anyways, hopefully you all enjoyed. I just wanted to get this video out. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next one, whenever that one will be.